What is going on, guys, and welcome to a different type of video that you kind of still see from me, but not too much. Basically, in a previous video, I talked about how I wanted to start making kind of newsy-esque videos, not quite like me being like, here's the news and here's facts, but more so me just trying to tell you guys about some awesome things I heard and speculate on some things and say if I hear something in the news, I'm like, oh my god, guys, we got to talk about this or whatever it may be. It's basically just a place where I can go and be like, I'm so excited, and hopefully with any luck you guys will be like, I'm so fucking excited too. But before we get into this video, I want to tell you guys that, one, I'm not sure what this video is going to be called. It's probably going to be called Let's Talk. I know it's kind of like our channel update series, but it's just, it sounds right to me because it's true. It's just me and you talking, that kind of thing. And the point of the series is basically just, again, to just kind of mess around with the hype train kind of thing, like tell you guys about things I've heard, and that's also a side factor that I'm hoping to have. So if I can give you guys some information that you haven't heard before and you're like, oh my god, that's amazing, then that would also be awesome. Also, guys, the second thing I want to tell you guys is that today is a sick day for me. I don't know what happened. I was in the shower this morning and I blacked out. I won't lie, everything went dark for like a solid 30 seconds, which may not seem like a lot. It is when you want blind for like a brief period of time. And then I felt dizzy, and then I almost puked, and then literally my face went green. By that point, my vision came back, stepped out of the shower, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck's happening? And I was super dizzy, wanted to puke. My dogs are barking in the background, forgive me. But yeah, guys, so that's why I'm not really like, I tried to put as much as I could into the intro. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get closer to the mic, so hopefully I can turn down the volume so you can't hear my dogs because they're kind of assholes right now. Anyways, so the news we're gonna be talking about today, guys, is Destiny related. Now, as of gameplay behind me right now, I'm not sure if it is going to be Destiny related, just because I don't really have any gameplay of that I haven't used a billion times, so I'm not sure what that is gonna look like. But anyways, the news is basically the House of Wolves is going to drop May 8th. I don't think they've mentioned the 8th part, but I do think they've mentioned that it's going to come out sometime in May, which is amazing. But the thing that's getting me jacked is all the conspiracy theories and also what they have confirmed. What they actually have confirmed is with House of Wolves, there's not going to be a raid. I think the raid is going to come after the fact, or you're going to have to actually buy it by itself. But what's going to be at the end of the goal, basically, after you're done the House of Wolves, is there's basically like this arena mode, which just sounds like the perfect thing to me. Like, again, ever since Destiny released its first raid, that was my biggest thing, is like, I don't play with people. I don't have people that are like, I can just be like, hey dude, you want to jump on and do the raid now? Oh, you're in a different time zone? I got you. Oh, I don't want to jump into a random game with some people halfway across the world that could probably be assholes. Like, you know, that's always been my thing that I don't want to do. And basically, that just comes down to me not wanting to do the raids. It's, despite me knowing how amazing they are, I just don't really feel like I fit into that category. So for the longest time, I wanted an arena-type survival mode, and that's exactly what House of Wolves is. At least that's what they're saying, is there's going to be like an arena mode, and there's maybe going to be burns on it, just depending on like what they do with it, because they could make it like a Nightfall-ish thing and put like special burns, and then if you're able to make it to wave 10, you're able to like get massive loot or something like that, which would be awesome because there's already more than enough kind of wave after wave enemies kind of things in Destiny, so to see it in like a concentrated area that makes sense, like for instance there being cover some places, there being certain traps that you could use, and I'm pretty sure that it is actually matchmaking, which it really excites me because, again, I don't have the friends I can just be like, hey dude, let's come on and play. Fucking no, I'm not that guy. I don't have that. So to know that I could just jump into some random game with some random people and try my ass off to survive and maybe keep them up and maybe they keep me up just sounds awesome for the lone wolf player. To not have to like grapple onto a group would be awesome, just for you to jump in and see what happens. And what they're saying is basically it's going to be a way for you to get, for the lone wolf player I should say, for them to get to level the next max level, which I think is amazing. The fact that I won't have to do a raid or get a raid group together or anything like that, but I can still have the opportunity to actually go and get my raid gear, despite like, maybe it's like an insanely hard challenge, which if that's the case, I'm fine with that. I will do that like 18 times, is by myself if that's possible. Like, but if it is forcing you, I don't think games force you to do something, especially when there is an alternative that's very, it's there, you know. It's like some games it's understandable, you can't because it will break the arc structure of the game. But for a game like Destiny, where everyone's already at like so-and-so level, you can easily put in something for a lone wolf player to get to that level without having to, you know, play cooperatively with people, because a lot of people have issues with playing cooperatively. At least when it's like physically going and grabbing people, unlike you just jumping into a game randomly. But yeah, guys, that's one thing that they mentioned, and that's so awesome to me because, again, it's basically like the lone wolf's dream of Destiny, is basically being able to not have to play with anybody, but also get just the greatest of gear that the guys who play together would get, which is, so I'm not sure if you guys are excited about that. I am extremely excited for that. And yeah, also with the House of Wolves, I think they did show some armor, actually, that was going to be coming with Prince Saladin, which is basically like the Iron Banner guy. I'm pretty sure they showed some different types of armor for the Iron Banner that's going to be coming out, I think, alongside House of Wolves. And it just looks awesome. It looks like an Egyptian stuff. Really cool. You guys should go look at it. I might put a picture up if I can find it. Probably should have opened with this, guys, but basically there is this trailer that opened up today, that got released today, sorry, and it's basically showing the House of Wolves and showing what the premise of it is, and it sounds awesome. It sounds like that queen, the Awoken Queen, who is just a right douche, is going to be really pissed off because she basically, the premise is that the Fallen actually betray her badly and like kill all her people, and then she's just pissed, so then she opens up the reef to all of the Guardians. And it's just like awesome like that. And also they mentioned that there was going to be a social hub. Well, actually there was rumors a long time ago that there was going to be a new social hub, like a new tower basically. And that sounds awesome considering that the tower, although it's neat, the Traveler can get a bit boring. When you go into like the reef is like covered with like color and like stars in the distance. Amazing. So I can't wait to see what that actually looks like. And also I'm imagining there's going to be like new faction gear, new probably characters within the actual group, so we're not dealing with the same people we once dealt with on the tower. Stuttering. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk to you guys about. I just think that's amazing things that are happening with House of Wolves. Also, a thing I've been hearing a lot is basically that people, I say basically too much, man. Wow. I realize it too. I realize that I'm like, why does my brain just latch along to basically? It's just, wow. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, some people have been conspiracy theorying that there's going to be the new elemental subclass in the House of Wolves. Most people were thinking it's going to come out with a Comet DLC that's going to drop sometime next year. I think it's next year. I honestly would love to see a different subclass because that would give people just denser content, basically, just because there's new things in Destiny. Like the Dark Below was really cool about adding stuff, but it didn't really add anything that was really new. Like you know, a person I was watching, one of the people I watch, which is where I get majority of my information about Destiny, he says he wants one of the things that the Dark Below didn't really accomplish too much is giving you a different experience, like an experience with the raids, kind of, sort of, but like a different experience overall, and that'd be perfect. And that'd be the perfect thing to kind of like spark up Destiny again, is to give people a different subclass to level, a different way to play, you know, a different certain costumes or armor pieces to actually boost that character's stats, so that subclass's stats, sorry, would be amazing to me. And yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to talk about, is just the fact that subclasses may be in House of Wolves, and that the fact that there's going to be an arena-based mode in Destiny for the Lone Wolf player. I think it's for the Lone Wolf player just because it does seem like that's the way that you're going to be able to get the next stat of armor, which I think is great, because again, you're like, the Raiders already get the armor, but the people that just like to play and don't really have to want to like fucking and don't want to have to put together a team, will still get to be able to reach level 25. It may not be as quick, but it will eventually happen, which I'm super happy. You know, the raid probably still has its goodies where it's like, hey, here's an overpowered gun for killing a boss, which is somewhat just, but I hope the arena has a similar thing where basically there's like this boss that has a really tiny chance to drop like an amazing gun that can only be gotten at that point. And yeah, I think that'd be cool. Anyways, guys, so this has been, I'm not gonna make this a parter series. It's just gonna be like, let's talk Destiny House of Wolves arena mode. I don't even sound like that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go sleep because, believe it or not, I actually am really dizzy right now. Usually I like to get really more like blah 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 blah. My head just doing that made me dizzy. Anyways, guys, nevertheless, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this first part one kind of thing, because I think I like it a lot because of the fact that I do believe you guys are similar to me, and you guys just get giddy at the fact of new content and new things in the gaming world. I love games just in general, just like any sort of developer like boost. Also, on a side note, The Witcher Wild Hunt got a trailer, and I was not too jacked about the game. I am massively jacked about the game now. It looks like it's Skyrim, a little bit of Skyrim, a little bit more complex than Skyrim, but it still looks like it's Skyrim with like just a shit ton of content, cool characters. The only thing that I'm a bit worried about is if you've ever played a Witcher game, you know that the main character Geralt, or is that his name? I don't know. He has long ass hair, and it's just annoying to me. Not the fact that that's wrong if you have long ass hair. I just don't particularly like it. I feel like you look like a woman, which is weird because I feel like a girl can have short hair and still like look like a girl. I don't know why I draw a distinction. A man having long hair looks like feminine. That's how I feel. So I really hope in the game you can actually cut his hair, which probably is like a sin to almost all of the Witcher fans, but fuck it, I don't want that shit. So I really hope that is a thing, so you can customize your character a little bit. I think it'd be really cool. I think that'd be really smart of them to do that too. Is if they gave the player the ability to customize their own character, because that just gives you such a more of a feeling of investment in that character. Like it's like, oh, I'm just taking this guy through his own story. Opposed to you being like, this is my character, this is my story that I'm going to craft with this person, with my character, not so much some other designer's character. Which is why I love games like Skyrim or anything where you can actually build your character to a pretty decent degree. Like Saints Row, for instance. Love that shit. The crazy amount of customization stuff in that game is awesome. I might give you guys some gameplay on that. You guys did a while back when I did the Johnny Gat Out of Hell DLC. You guys actually asked for some more of that, so it's been a while since someone asked for it, but I might want to do it just because, I don't know, I generally just love jumping into the game, and it may be a series where I'm just like, whenever it happens, it happens. Like whenever the part 1 comes out, it happens. Whenever part 3 comes out, it could be like 3 months from now, but whenever it happens, happens. Anyways, guys, this is going to go ahead and end the part. It was supposed to end, but then The Witcher happened. Yeah, go check out the Destiny trailer and the Witcher trailer. Both amazing and great. And yeah, anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching as always, and bye, guys.